All right, here we go. Getting ready to kick things off. Tulane is kicking off. Ole Miss will have the ball first. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. Bad news for Ole Miss fans. I am 0 for 2 on picking the winners of the playoff games, and I picked Ole Miss to win this game. So I don't know what that means, but I picked Oklahoma and Texas A&M. So I'm 0 and 2. We'll see. We will see. All right, 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback, is in a shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Waiting on the snap now. 1st and 10 on their own 25. They are going to hand it off. No, they're going to throw. Complete. Missed tackle. Huge gain. Midfield all the way down to the 45. Just one of those passes right at the line of scrimmage made the first guy miss. And he was off to the races. Tackled after he gets into Tulane territory around the 45. 1st and 10. Snap. Back to throw. Caught. More room. Inside the 30, 25, 20. 2 plays and Ole Miss is down in the red zone. 2 plays and they are down in the red zone. First and 10 on the 20. Shotgun again. Snap. A handoff this time. Touchdown. Untouched into the end zone. Wow. Wow. Well, I might get some time off today because if this keeps up, I might end this stream at halftime. Holy shit. Dang. Wow. Wow. That was quick. That was quick. Ole Miss wastes no time. 2 passing plays and a running play. The exact opposite of what we saw in the last game, where there was basically no offense at all. Wow, right down the field. Extra point is good. 7-0. Less than a minute into the game. Wow. Not good. Not good. Cristobal got kissed by some homeless man. It had to be Michael Irvin or Ed Reed. Those are the only 2 homeless people I know that hang around the Miami sideline. I actually don't know if they're homeless, so I take that back. They might not actually, they might just look homeless. Ole Miss, thank you for the super chat, Matthew. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. Ole Miss might actually win 100-0. I'm not even trolling. I do think they're looking to prove a point in this game as it relates to Lane Kiffin. Kickoff goes into the end zone, so Tulane will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 25, already down a touchdown less than a minute into the game. Miami is now off the weird back list. Yes, they are. And Texas A&M. Maybe if you were a real service academy, you could have found a way to win. But since you're a fake service academy, ROTC school, just like Oklahoma and Notre Dame, your season is over. What a shame. What a shame for Texas A&M. Tulane hands the ball off, and they're going to pick up a 1st down or close to it, gain of about 8 or 9. 2nd and short coming up now for Tulane. This will be about like the opposite of the last game. The last game was all defense, no offense. This game will probably be the other way around. Should be a lot of offense in this one. Should be a lot of offense in this one. Back to throw on 2nd and 1. Quarterback's going to scramble. A lot of room across the 45, out of bounds at midfield. So 2 plays and Tulane is up to midfield. Got the North Carolina and Ohio State basketball game on over here. I don't know what else can we put on over here. Anything else on? Tulane on the ground on 1st down, picks up about 3 yards into Ole Miss territory. Second and 7. Tulane in a shotgun just across midfield, down 7. Ole Miss scored in a hurry on their first possession. Wasted no time at all, scored in 3 plays. Snap, handoff. Not a lot of room that time. Might have gained a yard. That's it. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now for Tulane. By Insanity says Ohio State versus Miami in the Cotton Bowl. Oh, is it the Cotton Bowl? I was asking the chat on the last stream, and they said it was the Peach Bowl. Let's see, because I can't remember. Yes, the Cotton Bowl. It is the Cotton Bowl. So Miami will be making another trip to Texas in 2 weeks. Back to throw on 3rd and 6. Caught, and they're going to pick up the 1st down. Needed 6, got 7. Good-looking drive for Tulane here. Slim Shady says, fuck Notre Dame, fuck the toy soldiers, and fuck the We're Back list, woo. Yep, no, Miami is off the We're Back list. That's right. A&M stuck on there for at least another year. A&M was so close, but is still on the We're Back list. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Thank you, DK, Slim Shady, and By Insanity for the super chats. I appreciate that. An option here from Ole Miss. Fumble. Woo. I mean, not for Ole Miss, for Tulane. Tulane ran an option and then tried a shovel pass. It was fumbled, but a Tulane offensive lineman fell on it, so Tulane avoids disaster there. Second down now for Tulane. 2nd and 10. A handoff. Wow, goes nowhere. Good defense from Ole Miss that time. It's going to be 3rd and 10. 3rd and long coming up for Tulane. Watch Bama upset Indiana. Indiana 45, Bama 3. A&M losing their last 2 is pretty normal. Ole Miss played Georgia pretty close. If Tulane wins, do you think their QB will get laid? Who'd have thought Miami would win a playoff game before the ACC? Back to throw. Tulane on 3rd and 10. Gets rid of it. Caught for a 1st down right at the marker. Wow. Tulane keeps the drive alive, and they are down near the red zone. Bama better than Old Dominion. Yes, I would agree. I just want UGA versus Miami so bad. I don't think you're going to get that, bud. But we'll see. A handoff on 1st down for Tulane. Pretty good. Picks up about 6 yards. 2nd down coming up, and they are inside the 25 now. Miami is finally off the We're Back list. Good game, Aggie man. Let's go Canes. That's right. No more Miami on the We're Back list. They're one of the inaugural members, too, of the We're Back list. Miami is, but they are officially off now. A&M, not so lucky. A&M stuck on the We're Back list for at least another year. All I want for Christmas now is Sam Levitt, says the Miami man. You don't want DJ Wagway or Bryce Underwear or... Intercepted at the 8-yard line. Returned back to the 23. Wow, good-looking drive for Tulane ends in disaster. Retzlaff, the former BY Jew, is intercepted inside the 10-yard line, and there is a flag down, but I think that's after the play. So I don't think that's going to affect that interception. Ohio State and North Carolina are playing a basketball game that nobody cares about except me because I'm a huge degenerate. And I bet North Carolina -1.5 in the first half. They're currently up by 1 with 8 minutes to go. They're going to get Tulane with a horse collar tackle on the end of that interception, which is going to add another 15 yards to that return. Ole Miss is going to have the ball back and a 7-point lead with 8:47 to go in the first quarter. Bad interception for the BYU. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Can't do that in the red zone. Can't do that. Tulane shouldn't be in the playoff. Well, according to the rules of the playoff, they 100% should be in. According to the rules of the playoff, as voted and approved by the Notre Dame athletic director, Tulane should definitely be in. This looks like a blowout in the making. So did the OU versus Baca game. That's true. That's true. So Tulane is number 11 in the country? No, there's not a ranking on earth that has Tulane at number 11. I don't even know what you're talking about there. It sounds like you might not know how the playoff structure works. That's what it sounds like to me. But no, Tulane is not number 11 in the country. There's not a poll anywhere on the planet that has Tulane at number 11. Sounds like you don't know how the playoff system works. Tickets for the Miami-Ohio State game will be through the roof, says Cool John. Ohio State not a double-digit favorite. Is the line out already? I was thinking somewhere between 10 and 13 in that one. Is it true they are expanding the college football playoff next year? They haven't reached an agreement for next year. Next year is either staying at 12 or going to 16 or going to 24. They have till January 23rd to decide. How you doing this morning, Sooner man? Just asking. Well, I'm not a Sooner man, but I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Tulane is in New Orleans. Yes, they are. Tulane is not 11th in the playoff rankings. So you said he might be talking about the playoff rankings, Tulane 11. Tulane is not 11th in the playoff rankings. Tulane is number 11. They're the 11 seed in the playoffs. They are not ranked 11th in any poll anywhere. They are 11. No, they aren't. They're the 11 seed in the playoffs. Did y'all just... do y'all know anything at all about college football and how things work and the rules of the playoff and... Or do you just show up on these live streams and type dumb shit in the comments? Notre Dame is ranked 11th in the playoff rankings. You got to scroll all the way down here to number 20 to find Tulane. Sounds like you don't know the difference between what they're ranked and what their seeding is. What it sounds like to me. So now you can type that that's what you meant. But we know that's not what you meant. You just didn't know. Ole Miss just scored again. $13-0. The extra point will make it 14. So they went right down the field, made Tulane pay for that interception. Ohio State is favored by 11.5. That's a lot. Well, that's right about where I thought they would be. Somebody else just said they're single digits, though. My guess was between 10 and 13. 11.5 would be between 10 and 13. So it looks like whoever kept saying that in the comments might have been wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen the line, so I've got no idea what it is. My guess was between 10 and 13. Joe Campbell says they are 11.5 point favorites. ESPN has 8.5. Let's see. I don't think my site would have it on there yet, but I'll look and see. No, my site doesn't have it on there. They've got Indiana -7. See if I can find it somewhere. If it is under 10, I'm betting Ohio State immediately. All right, let's see here. I don't see it on here either. NCAA football. All games. Where are y'all finding the line at? Miami and Ohio State. Ohio State -10.5. Right there. I wish it was less than 10. If it goes under 10, I'll bet Ohio State without thinking about it. Ohio State -10.5. If it gets under 10, I'll bet Ohio State immediately. Why would you make the two Saturday primetime slots be these sewer water games? Well, the games are set before you know who the teams are. Hurricane haters on the back of a milk carton. Ohio State is favored by 11.5. All right, we appreciate the super chats. Joelish, Steel, Kane, Nicholas DePerno, Cal Polk, #1 fan of the U. Appreciate y'all hitting the super chat. 9.5 on Caesars. I can't bet on the Caesars app, though. I need to find it under 10 points somewhere where I can bet it. North Carolina's up 3, 22-19 with 5:17 to go in the first half of that basketball game. I've got North Carolina -1.5 in the first half. Here's a three-pointer, in and out, no good. North Carolina gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. 24-19, 5-point lead now for the Tar Heels. Tulane has the ball back, now down 14. Had a good drive going down in the red zone, but threw an interception. Ole Miss made them pay. Went right down the field and scored. That's where we're at, 14-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Shotgun for Retzlaff. Snap. He's going to keep it on a quarterback sweep and go nowhere. No gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. Will you end these streams early if the games are blowout? If this one gets completely out of hand, I am going to end this one early because I streamed. I've been on since 9 o'clock this morning, and I'm doing the Oregon game tonight. So if this gets to be like a 20 or a 30-point game, I probably will turn it off. Lou, do you think the long layoff for top 4 seeds is an issue? I wish it did. I wish it wasn't that long of a layoff. There's no point in that to me. This whole thing about how we have to protect the Army-Navy game is bullshit. I'm sorry. I know y'all all pretend to love that game, but you don't watch it. First down for Tulane. But that's why the week after the conference championship games, that's why there's no game that weekend. There's some kind of arrangement to protect that date for Army and Navy, which is just dumb. Just dumb. The games we're watching right now should have been played last weekend, and all the teams that had a bye should be playing this weekend. It's ridiculous that we can't schedule anything on that day so that 9 people can watch the Army-Navy game. Tulane pass complete. A long one, too. Receiver falls down after the catch, though. Still a gain of about 20. You also have the Heisman that day. Yeah, who gives a shit? None of y'all care about the Heisman either. Y'all tell me all the time the Heisman's pointless and you don't care about it. You're not watching it, and whoever wins shouldn't have won it. My only concern is the long layoff in regards to playing live game. I mean, 3 weeks is just ridiculous. And if for some reason you get a bye without playing in your conference championship game like Oregon hasn't played since Thanksgiving. Now, they don't have a bye. Who else has a bye? Does anybody have a bye that didn't play on conference champ? No, I guess not, because it's Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech. But like, we were close to a team having a bye without playing on conference championship weekend, and you're looking at 5 weeks without a game. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Texas fans with successful hate watches past 24 hours. Oh, yeah, with Oklahoma and A&M losing. Yeah, that's right. Miami 28, Ohio State 13. Ohio State is soft, says the Michigan man. 3rd and 3, Tulane goes nowhere. They're not quite in field goal range, but it feels like they got to go for it here. Ole Miss has looked unstoppable on offense in their first 2 possessions. You got to take your chances here, I think, if you're Tulane. Tulane's going to have to take a timeout. Still got Miami and A&M score at the bottom. Oh, let me fix it. Sorry. When teams are hot like Georgia, is the long layoff hurts more than it helps? Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about as a college football fan. Somebody mentioned that Army Navy was the most watched CBS game of the year. It's the only game on. That I mean, and you can check the ratings. I mean, I'm not making it up. Nobody watches that game. I watch it and I stream it. And I don't know what however many people are normally in here on a stream, there's about 25% of that number when you do the Army Navy game. You can check the ratings. There's no one watches it. It doesn't need to have its own day. I mean, sorry if that hurts your feelings. I'm sorry, but the fact that we have to push the entire college football bowl and playoff schedule back so that Army and Navy can have a day all to themselves to play a football game, I think is stupid. So. Hit the thumbs up. Army Navy is the best. Yeah, I mean, I guess to the people that watch that game, maybe, but as far as like college football fans in general, it's nowhere near the top of their list. Texas A&M sold that game. Woo. Oh, so you're one of those people that thinks everything is a conspiracy, or what? Or what? I didn't watch the Heisman, so I don't give a shit when they give it away. Does Tulane have a chance today? I wish they'd win. It doesn't look like it early on. I mean, Ole Miss has gone up and down the field like a fucking track meet. Tulane did have a good drive, but it ended in an interception. Now they're looking at a 4th and 2 here. As a Georgia fan, who should we rather play, Miami or Ohio State? Well, I mean, don't you think Ohio State is way better than Miami? Who would you rather play? I mean, Georgia's got to worry about beating Ole Miss, not about whether or not they're playing Miami or Ohio State. Are you watching this game? Tulane back to throw on 4th and 2. Incomplete. Caught it, but dropped it. Turnover on downs. Ole Miss takes over with 3:08 to go. Move the Army Navy game to Monday after the last weekend. North Carolina up 29-22 against Ohio State, a 7-point lead with 2:47 to go. I need North Carolina to win this first half by more than 1.5 points. That's what I need. Chambliss is going to be sacked on 1st down. Finally, the Tulane defense makes a play. A late flag. What is that? What's the flag? No, I guess there is no flag. 2nd and 17. Back to throw. Caught underneath, tackled right away. Gain of about 3 is going to be 3rd and 14 now. Let's see if Tulane can force a punt here. Army Navy should be Thanksgiving. Yeah. You know why they don't play it on Thanksgiving? Nobody would watch it because there's other games on that people would watch instead. I'm not shitting on Army and Navy. Like I said, I watched the game. I live streamed it. But the reality is that game just doesn't hold up or compare to any other game that would be on Thanksgiving weekend. Nobody would watch it. So they move it back 1 week, and then people go, well, conference championships. Nobody's still going to watch it. Okay, well, let's move it to December 12th. Nothing else is on except bowling. Okay, let's do that. And you want to know what makes it even more retarded? 4th and 4, Ole Miss is lined up to go for it. Looks like they might just be trying to draw Tulane off sides. Yeah. You know, Army and Navy are both in a conference, right? If Army or Navy ever makes their conference championship game, they have to play their conference championship game and then play the Army Navy game the next week. What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, imagine Georgia plays Alabama in the SEC championship game, and then the following week they play Georgia Tech. What are we doing? What are we doing? Here comes a punt from Ole Miss. So finally, the Tulane defense decides to show up. Good punt, too, down inside the 20-yard line. Tulane will be backed up 14-0 the score. 1:05 to go in the first quarter. It was last year that almost happened, Bryce. Does it need to be a standalone game? It needs to be a standalone game in that no one will watch it unless it's a standalone game. Yes, but no, it doesn't. Just play it, pick a week and play it during the season like everybody else. North Carolina only up 3 now. 30 seconds to go in the first half. No shot clock. Ohio State's going to call a timeout with 20 seconds to go. North Carolina's up 3. I've got North Carolina minus 1.5 in the first half. So if Ohio State makes a basket to end the first half, I lose. If they miss their basket, if they miss their shot at the end of the first half, I'll win. We'll see. We'll find out what happens here in a minute. Ohio State took a timeout. They don't think ahead like you, woo. Play it during rivalry week or week 0. Why are they getting special TV treatment? Does anyone in their right mind actually still eat Taco Bell? I don't. And when I was in high school, we used to eat it all the time. I love the military, and no disrespect, but we all know fans like watching Georgia, Florida, Ohio State, Michigan, or the Iron Bowl. Army, Navy is just not the best football watch. No disrespect. Yeah, I'm not. I'm talking purely from a football perspective. I mean, I respect the military the same way as anybody else does, but I'm just telling you, nobody watches that game. Taco Bell just smells bad. Ohio State for 3. No good. Out of bounds, but it's going to stay Ohio State's ball. But there's only 0.6 seconds. Is that right? Oh, come on. That's not enough time. Just go to the half. North Carolina 3-point lead, man. Come on. Pay Lou. I need Ohio State. 0.6 seconds. Ohio State inbounding from underneath their own basket. I'm gonna. That's it. All right, into the first half. Pay Lou. Pay Lou. Uh-oh, Tulane with a big play. Big play. That was a pay Lou situation there. Big one, too. I had North Carolina minus 1.5 in the first half for $275. Pay me. Pay me. Don't get excited, though. I lost a bunch of money on the Alabama-Oklahoma game and the Texas A&M Miami game. So all I'm really doing is recouping my losses from those two playoff games. I lost $100 each on those two games. Tulane back in the red zone. Pass complete. Hitch pass behind the line. Gain of about 8. Coming up on the end of the first quarter, 14-0, but Tulane is driving inside the 20. Pay Lou $275, please, Mr. Bookie. Thank you. Give me my money, you dirty fucking camper-dwelling gypsy motherfucker. Pay me my money. Tulane won't quit, right? They just won't give up, man. Down 14-0 in the first quarter. They don't care. They're getting a check either way, ain't they? They ain't giving up. Who is texting me? Taco Bell's beef is only 60% meat. The rest is silicone filler. Yeah, I used to. Now, I'm old as shit, but when I was in high school, soft tacos were 69 cents. 69 cents. You could go into Taco Bell with $5 and you couldn't eat all the food you could get for $5. Get you 3 or 4 soft tacos, a Coke, and then one of them cinnamon twist things they were selling back in the day. Maybe about $4.50. Bama and Miami was free money. JMU cover and the over will be free money once again. I'm on James Madison to cover too. So I hope you hit that one because that means I'll hit it too. I got Tulane to cover and James Madison to cover. I did not bet the over in the James Madison Oregon game. I did bet the over in this game though. Michigan might lose a lot of guys in the portal. I don't think they will get a top coach. It's a great brand, but definitely damaged. Well, yeah, and the thing is, if you're at Michigan and the portal opens and Michigan doesn't have a head coach, how do you not enter the portal? If the portal opens and you don't even know who your head coach is, you almost have to enter the portal. I know I'm getting hungry again. I do know that. Tulane money line, that's a wild bet. I mean, fuck. I hope you hit it because I've got Tulane plus the points. So if you hit Tulane money line, I'll obviously hit Tulane plus the points. But holy shit, man, you're way out on a limb there on that Tulane money line. Speaking of dog, the name Schumann is getting kicked around Michigan circles for the job. I could see them going after Schumann. All right, Tulane on the 17, 2nd and 2. Snap. A reverse. Lost 7 yards. I don't understand these teams, man. They get all the way down the field running a normal offense, and then because they're a group of 5 team and a big underdog, they feel like they got to do tricky shit. Didn't work at all. You don't have the speed to run this against a Power 5 team. I mean, these defensive linemen are as fast as your wide receivers. What are you doing? Going from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 6. We need Tulane to score on these red zone trips, not turn the ball over or go backwards. We need touchdowns if we're going to hit the Tulane plus the points. Nearly intercepted again. Incomplete. 4th and 6. They'll have to kick a field goal. If Tulane wins, do they get an SEC invite just like old times? No. No, they do not. No, they do not. Fourth and 6. Here comes the field goal from the right hash, a 39-yarder. Kick is up. Kick is good, and Tulane is on the board. 14-3 your score. 14:06 to go in the second quarter. Joler says, if anybody wants a second-hand sausage, hit me up. Ole Miss Tulane kind of lopsided, so I don't need it anymore. Thank you, Jolish. Something is better than nothing. Yeah, that's true. Obviously not going to win the game kicking field goals, but I don't need them to win. I just need them to cover. Hot wings are the best except with blue cheese. Yeah, I don't eat blue cheese either. I do have some hot wings in there I could heat up, though. Lemon, pepper, and mild mixed. Tulane already has as many points as Texas A&M. Dang. Is Ole Miss going to run it up the score? We'll see. It looked like it in the beginning. They got out to a 14-0 lead in no time. Were you going to put the NFL game on the other TV tonight? Who's playing? Yeah, I'll put it on. Tell me who to bet on, and I'll put it on. What channel is the game on? The Ole Miss Tulane game's on TNT. Packers at Bears? Oh, that'd be a good one. I think the Bears might beat them. What do you think about Bobo to Texas? What? No Patreon stream today. Eagles, Commanders, Packers, and Bears. I'll take the Eagles and the Bears. Are you betting NBA games? I do sometimes, not today. Packers own the Bears. Woo. Yeah, I don't care about that. Ole Miss on the ground. They're going to pick up about 4 yards, 3 or 4. Second down coming up. Octavian is calling it now. Florida 100-0 national champions next year. Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. John Summerall kicked a field goal in a playoff game. That must mean Florida's winning it all next year. Summerall got a new team to coach a team in the playoffs, and his dad died. Oh, that's a shame. You know, Kirby Smart's dad died the day before the Georgia's playoff game last year. Third and 4 for Ole Miss. Can Tulane force a 3 and out and get the ball back here? Trinidad Chambliss in a shotgun. And Ole Miss is going to have to take a timeout. If they go to a commercial, I'm going to go heat up my chicken wings next commercial. Let's see. It doesn't look like they're going to a commercial, though. I'm sad Tennessee is off the We're Back list. Tennessee's not off the We're Back list. Ohio State versus Miami in a rematch of the 2002 National Championship game at the Cotton Bowl. Yep. Oh, it is a commercial. I'm going to go heat up some chicken wings. I'll be right back. All right. I'm going to sit down for a minute while I eat. How'd that be? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. There you go. What did I miss? Well, Ole Miss picked up the first down. That's what I missed. 1st and 10, they keep it on the ground, gain of a couple of yards. 2nd down coming up now for Ole Miss. Ooh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Miami would do anything for a Klondike bar. I like Klondike bars now, I ain't going to lie. I do like Klondike bars. 2nd and 7, Trinidad back to throw, goes deep. Miscommunication or something that time. Receiver wasn't even looking. Going to be 3rd and 7 now for Ole Miss. 14-3 to score. 12-15 to go in the 2nd quarter. We have a Rudy in here. What would you do for a Klondike bar? It's going to be so weird not hearing my Miami Hurricanes on the We're Back list. Yeah, they're off. No more Miami on the We're Back list. Texas A&M still on there, but not Miami. 3rd and 7 now. Can Ole Miss pick it up or pass? Incomplete. A little high. Probably could have been caught on a slant, though. Instead, it's going to be 4th and 7. Ole Miss will have to kick it away. So the Tulane defense, after giving up 2 pretty easy touchdowns in the 1st quarter, have forced punts on Ole Miss's last 2 possessions. 14-3. If Tulane can go down and score here, we might have something going on. You know? If Tulane can go down and score, we might have something going on here. We'll see. We will see. If Tulane wins, we have to start calling them 3-lane. The Irish deserved a playoff berth. No, they didn't. They played 2 playoff teams, lost to both of them. Only beat 1 ranked team. They were 1-2 against ranked teams. Their second best win of the season was Navy. No, they did not deserve to be in the playoffs. Clown Dave Portnoy is wish casting for Elko to Michigan. I think it would be a bad look for Elko if he got to Texas A&M. Took him to the playoffs and then left after only 2 years. He was at Duke for 2 years, left. Now Texas A&M 2 years, leave. I mean, I think Elko's a good coach. But I don't know why you would leave Texas A&M right now to take the Michigan job. You think Ole Miss is pretending they're against Tulane, Kiffin? Lou, I think you missed a super chat. Clown Dave Portnoy. It's going to be weird not hearing the Hurricanes. If anyone wants a sausage. I read all those. Michigan might lose a lot of guys in the portal. Read that. Bama and Miami was free money. Read that. I love the military. I read that. Who should Georgia play, Miami or Ohio State? I read that. Texas is hate watching. I read that. Miami 28, Ohio State 13. I read that. Yeah, I don't see any super chat that I didn't read. First and 10 for Tulane. They keep it on the ground. Has some room off the left tackle. Going to be close to a first down. Might have got it. Big hit at the end. What's up, LV? Not much there that time for Tulane. Might have gained a yard. Second long. Is there any chance Tulane can even keep this a game? If they can go down and score here, make it 14-10, I mean, who knows? It feels like Ole Miss will be too much in the end. I mean, I expect Ole Miss to win by double digits. Hopefully less than 17. And I've got Tulane plus 17.5. So I hope they keep it close. Second and 10. Another handoff. First down. Across the 40 to the 41. Tulane getting it done on the ground here. Another handoff. Another big hole and another first down. I mean, Tulane has got, I mean, they're averaging 12 yards a carry. I mean, there are massive running holes here for Tulane on the ground. That Irishman person isn't even a Notre Dame fan. They're just a low-level troll. They're just an Uncle Lou fan. Nothing wrong with being an Uncle Lou fan, but all right, big play here for Tulane. 3rd and 12. 8:59 to go in the first half. They're down 14-3. A good drive across midfield, but looking at a 3rd and 12 now. Back to throw. BYU's going to get hit from behind and sacked for a loss of a yard or two. Going to be 4th and long. They'll have to punt it. Nothing wrong with being an Unk fan. Yeah, but most people in here are college football fans in addition to that. This guy's not. He's just an Uncle Lou fan and a troll. He doesn't know anything about Notre Dame or even care. I just saw something that said Ryan Day was the 5th best coach in the playoffs. What? I'd have him at number 2. Ole Miss with a nice play, gain of about 20, but there's a flag down. Stop mistreating Uncle Lou. Who's mistreating me? Yeah, whoever it is needs to stop. Not allowed to mistreat me. So whoever's doing that needs to stop. How much did all those helmets cost? Different amounts. Mostly between about $25 and $40 a piece. Lou, do you still get instant payments to your PayPal instead of Super Chats? Yeah, the PayPal and Cash App is in the description of the video if you want to do it that way. Ole Miss goes deep. Incomplete. Still 14-3. Ole Miss with the ball. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Rebs. 7:23 to go in the second quarter. They're just across midfield here. Trinidad Chambliss in a shotgun. He's going to hand it off up the middle for no gain. Going to be 4th and 3. Decision time now for Ole Miss right around midfield. Fourth and 3. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here. They're just across midfield on the 48. Motion. Snap. Back to throw. Caught and picked up the first down, I believe. Needed 3, gained 4. Ole Miss keeps the drive alive, up 14-3 with 6:40 to go in the first half. First and 10 on the Tulane 44. They're in a shotgun again. Motion. Snap. Back to throw. A slant right over the middle. Picks up 8 or 9 yards. If Ohio State goes back-to-back, is there a debate for Day versus Smart? Who's the best coach? Hate to admit, but Day's win percentage is insane. Yeah, they would each have 2 natties, and they would have played once. Or coached against each other one time. Anyway, I think we know who won that game. But yeah, Ryan Day's got the highest winning percentage of any coach in the history of college football. Another pass completion for Ole Miss. Gain of about 5 again. Second down coming up. Slim Shady says, of all the annoying Miami fans on the internet, I deserve this win the most. Well, the thing is, you're like the least annoying Miami fan, though. But you do deserve it. You're way too reasonable to be one of the most annoying Miami fans on the internet. Are you dodging the draft to Venezuela? I'm not fighting anybody's oil war. I'm not doing that. They can throw me in jail or whatever they want to do. If I ever kill anybody, it's going to be on American soil. Take us off the your season is over shelf. There is no your season is over shelf. All right, that was good. And I still have about 8 more I can eat later. Texas A&M lets the ACC slap the SEC in the face again. I think Georgia's one of a few that beats the ACC. Woe Tide, go Dogs. Thank you, Alex. tip jar. Let's take a look. You're saying if Ohio State goes back to back, they wouldn't beat Georgia, so Georgia loses to Tulane, or well, we don't know what the matchups are going to be. We got to wait and see them play out. I mean, it's probably going to be Georgia and Ohio State, but who knows? Who knows? I'm serious. I think it's the kick in the ass I need, and thank you. Need more likes. 700 watching. Uh-oh. I might have to. I'm about to rage. Oh, yeah. I'm going to rage quit. There's 778 people in here and 199 thumbs up. And I've been streaming since 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm just looking for a reason to rage quit. Yeah, I'm just looking for any reason. I'll give it like 1 minute, and if there's not 400 likes in here, it's rage quit time. I'll give you 1 minute to decide whether or not you want me to keep streaming. $376. What did I say? 400. All right. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'll be back on at let's see, is it 8 o'clock when the other game comes on? Let me look. 7:30. 7:30. I'll be back on at 7:30 for the James Madison and Oregon game. 384 thumbs up. I'll see y'all at 7:30.